O- Okay, guys. Hello and welcome. My name is Wade Smith, and this video is about the Hobbit previews card Inside Information. This is possibly, without any exception, the most overpowered card in the history of Magic the Gathering. How this got printed, I do not know, but I expect it to be banned in every format, and I do mean banned with a B, not restricted. I've already found ways to break it 10 times more than it already is. Uh, okay. Inside information. It's a sorcery that costs X and 2 black mana to cast. That's easy to get in Grixis. That's easy to get in black green. That's easy to get in just about any black combination. But Grixis, yesterday I was playing my Grixis deck and I had 25 mana counters on +1/+1 counters on VV Ornithir on turn 3, and already had an Etherflux Reservoir out, which I'm going to get to because Etherflux Reservoir means you have a net negative cost of casting your opponent's spells with this card. Let me get to that. Inside information. It's a black sorcery that costs X and 2 black to cast. It reads, exile the top X cards of target opponent's library. You may play those cards this turn. If you cast a spell this way, that means you can play the lands too if you haven't made your land drops yet. If you cast a spell this way, pay life equal to its mana value rather than pay its mana cost. Well, if you look at Etherflux Reservoir, you gain life cumulatively based on how many spells you've played this turn. If it's your first spell you play this turn, you gain 1 life. If it's your second spell you played this turn, you gain 2 life. If it's your third spell, you gain 3 more life. If it's your fourth spell, you gain 4 more life, and so on. So you gain life exponentially with Etherflux Reservoir by playing your opponent's spells, about a third of which are going to be 0 and 1 drops in Commander, and about a third of which are going to be lands. So what you do is you play, if you're playing black green, you have exploration. If you're playing blue black green, you have exploration and a sea Tyrant of Gyre Strait, so that you can make 3 land drops per turn, and you play your opponent's lands. And then you play all your 0 and 1 drops to power up Etherflux Reservoir, and you gain more life than you spent. And then you play the fatties, and you gain even more life. Um, and so I figured out that with my VV Ornithir deck, I had 25 red and blue mana available and 2 black mana available in Grixis, because I play a 3-color VV deck where VV is not the actual commander, but I tutor VV out. I had 25 red and blue mana and 2 black available yesterday, and already had the Etherflux Reservoir out. And in this case, I would be able to cast Inside Information for X equals 25 and gain more life than I'm paying and play the 25 top cards of my opponent's deck, or most of them, because I would run out of things to do with some of the lands. Um, but you see the point. About, in that case, about 16 or 17 of the cards would be spells, and I'd be able to play 16 or 17 more spells, and um and continue to get more VV triggers of my own deck and draw out my own deck with Curiosity and Ophidian Eye on my own VV. So I'd finish off all 3 opponents by the time I cast another 16 or 17 spells. Um, Easily. So Inside Information is going to get banned in Standard immediately, and it's going to be immediately on the watch list and the game changer list in Commander within the first month. And within 3 months, it'll definitely need a ban. Maybe even within the first month, because Etherflux Reservoir with Inside Information means you have a net. It's better than Channel. It's better than Stroke of Genius. Hell, it's better than Channel and Stroke of Genius in one card. Because when you cast a spell this way, pay life equal to its mana value rather than pay its mana cost. Channel does not produce colored mana, if you may remember. But this means you can pay the whole mana value in life rather than pay its mana cost. So this actually gets around the color restriction that Channel has. So the wording on this card is very broad and insanely powerful. It's like, hell, just play your opponent's entire deck for free and gain 200 life while you do it. I I don't know what the point of Magic the Gathering is anymore. In standard with Badgermel Cubs, Shenanigans, and Llanowar Elves, it's possible to have, I think, 12 mana on turn 3 and 32, 33 mana on turn 4, I think we've seen in standard right now. So if you play black green in standard after this rotates in, you're going to be able to play half of your opponent's entire deck, minus running out of life anyway, but there'll probably be some way of gaining life. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure green will have some way of gaining life, but it might not be as efficient as Etherflux Reservoir, but still. So, who cares about what blue got? Wizard Staff, equipped creature has prowess if ability of equipped creature triggers, it triggers an additional time. That's okay. But yeah, inside information is just silly. I don't know what they were thinking, My X is bigger than yours. I win. Whoever draws this card first. They may as well have printed a card that says whoever draws this card first wins the game. So I actually made a comment on this forum, salvationmtg.com. I say, okay, inside information is broken for Commander and Standard both. It will get banned in Standard. Sorry to edit this 3 days later, I say, but this card is better than Stroke of Genius, and it's basically better than Channel and better than Stroke of Genius in one card, because you can spend the life as any color of mana, and you can play the lands reveal if you haven't made a land drop yet this turn. Play green-black with Badgermole Cub nonsense in a 40 life format. You can inside information for like X equals 10 on turn 3, I think, and then spend 30 life casting all 10 cards to reveal from your opponent's deck, especially if some of them are zero cost artifact mana rocks or mana dorks, but some of them are either fatties or combo pieces. It was stupid to print this card. It will be banned in Standard and immediately on the game changer list in Commander. This is going in my Grixis deck if I draw one until it does get banned or until it hits such a high value that I sell it. Add Etherflux Reservoir and you gain exponential life by playing spells, even as you spend linear fixed amounts of life to cast your opponent's spells. And, and I can show you how that works. It works in Grixis with Vivillon Tier to power it up, or just artifact mana rocks and mana dorks or you can have mana rocks and mana dorks in black green or blue black green. So, which black green doesn't have trouble getting mana. You got all kinds of stuff in both Standard and Commander. In Commander, you got Dark Ritual and Cabal Ritual. You got all sorts of elves, and you got Badgermole Cub, of course, and you got access to exploration. And as I said, if you add blue to your deck somehow, with a black, blue, green commander, you can do a Sea Tyrant of Jar Strait and make even more land drops, including your opponent's lands, apparently. I mean, I want to see the errata on this card. The errata is going to be 10 feet long if they try to save this card, because they made it so broad with the wording that's actually on the card that they're going to have to like reprint and replace the card to fix this problem, or else just outright ban the card in every format. Can you imagine this in Vintage? Because you can have 4 Etherflux Reservoirs and, 4 of that card in your deck, inside information, with all the tutors and moxes and 4 mana vaults and 4 grim monoliths, and play your opponent's entire deck, your entire deck and your opponent's entire deck in one go, and just win with it. It's immediately going to get restricted in Vintage, and a card has to be insanely powerful to get restricted in Vintage. But it will definitely get restricted in Vintage. All right, I've talked about this for 10 minutes now, almost 10 minutes now. Thank you very much, audience, if anybody listens to this, and have a nice day.